Well, let's have a little look at actually how blockchain works. Okay, so this totally, as a complete introduction, if you don't know anything about blockchain, the best way to understand it is through this money transfer. So if you're here and you want to transfer money to someone over here, you have to do it through the bank. As we were saying, there's the bank. So we trust the bank, we put the money in the bank, and the bank transfers it to your other person. Now, blockchain wants to do this directly, straight across. But the trouble is with blockchain, there's loads of people going to be on it. How do you handle all these individuals? See, all these individuals can go to the bank, and the bank can handle it. The bank has got enough computing power, and we trust the bank that whatever's going on there, the bank is going to get it out to the people that it has to go to. How is blockchain going to do this? It's got to be able to do it autonomously, all by itself. So it's got to be able to send this one to there. This one's got to go to there, for example. This one's got to go to there. And then this one's got to go to there. It's got to go all over the place, all at the same time. How does it do that? Now, in order to have a blockchain, we need to be able to create a trust. You see, we trust the bank. How do we trust each one of us? You see, each one of us are now separate. We become like our own bank. So each one of us has got to be our own little bank. And then we're passing money between each other directly. How on earth are we going to do this? We have to trust each one of us. And that's a tricky thing to do. You see, we trust the bank. We don't trust the individuals. How do we do this? Well, it needs cryptography. We need a certain level of cryptography. So we need to be able to know that nobody can hack into any of our little banks. Each one of this will be our wallet. You see, our own bank we call our wallet. But this, of course, is a digital wallet. And this wallet is controlled by cryptography. Very, very high level cryptography. So you will have a thing called a key. You will have a key to this bank or a key to this wallet. But the key comes in two parts. You have a private key, and that is the one that you need. Only you know this. And it's a long digit number. I think it's 18 digits. So it's a long number, very difficult to crack this number. But you've got to keep that safe. You see, that is now it's nearly like a physical thing. You've got to write that number down, or you've got to they'll give you 12 words, 12 sequence of words that represents this number. So you've got to write that down on a bit of paper somewhere and keep that safe. Because if you lose that, you will not be able to get into your wallet. That is your private key. Remember, we need cryptography to make this work. So this is one of the issues with blockchain, is you have to be responsible for your own bank, your own wallet. It's at the bank now, they do it. We trust the bank. All we have to do is tell them our date of birth, get our voice print. But how many times have our identity been hacked at the bank? How many times has fraud happened in the bank? It's very poor security, you see, but we don't trust ourselves. We have to. This is much greater security. And it's important to understand no blockchain wallet has ever been hacked. Now, I can't be sure about that, but I'm pretty sure no wallet has ever been hacked directly. You see, you can't hack into this. This is such good cryptography. The only way that hacking has happened is through a third party. They might hack your computer and find your private key, and then they could get in. Or they hack an exchange, a website, and there they find your details. And once they got their details, then you can get in. So it's the intermediate websites that are not secure enough. You know, there's a lot of work still to be done. But the basic principle of blockchain is good. This private key is very good cryptography. And they also do, all blockchains are verified by independent analysis. So it's called open source. They share the code. Everyone can see how the program works, and they can analyze the security. And they won't let it out until it's been analyzed by, I don't know, 4 or 5 independent security computer firms. So now, anyway, so you have the private key that only you know, and then you also have the public key. Public key. So the public key is the number that everyone knows. So if they want to send you money, they'll send it to your public key. That means it will go to you. Right? But only you will be able to send that money out. You have to use your private key to get into your wallet to send that money out again. So this is the cryptography that is used, a public key and a private key. And this is proven to be very good. Now, the only problem is, once we get to quantum computers, the next level of computing power, we will be able to hack this. This is a long, long code. But if you had a quantum computer and you put it at, say, a Bitcoin wallet, it might take 1 year, 2 years, but eventually you'll be able to crack it. So we do need to increase the level of this cryptography. And it's being done. You see, we're working on it. It's called post-quantum cryptography, and I'll talk more about that later. But this cryptography is getting better and better and better, so soon this is going to be pretty much future-proof and infallible. Now, the other problem we got with blockchain is, you see, how do we trust these guys? We've got to trust every user. How do I know this guy's not a criminal or this guy's not fake? You see, how do we know that these are not going to somehow cheat? Well, we have to create a system of trust. All these people have to believe. You see, what we're swapping between each other is Bitcoin. So let's put it here, Bitcoin. Let's just call it, let's call this Bitcoin, okay? But it could be any crypto. So we all have to trust this Bitcoin. We all got to believe in it. And if we believe in it, we want it. So we're not going to scam the system. We want to get the system. We want to support the system. So they've created this idea of miners. You see, you have to, if you apply your computer to help this whole thing requires a lot of computing power to keep going. But each one of us have to supply the computing power as well. We've got to use our own computer to make this work. We've got to use our energy. So before this, the bank does it all. The bank does all the computing. We let them do it. And we pay them to do it. This way, we get paid. Each one of us can earn some of this Bitcoin by participating in the network. But they create this idea of value and loyalty to the Bitcoin through mining. We're all working to grow the Bitcoin, dig it out of the earth like gold. We're mining it. And also, it requires a lot of computing power to calculate all these exchanges of money. And it's done in blocks. You see, when all these exchanges happen, what happens is it goes to a block of computing, and then this block is calculated, and when enough of these people have accepted it, then it goes through. That's why it's called blockchain. And then this block goes to the next block, the previous block, to the previous block, and we've got a sequence of links. Each one of these blocks is like a list of accounting. Who sent money where? And once we've got enough of them together, it goes in and it's settled now. That's fixed. So everyone can go and look at any point in the blockchain and see what's happened. Again, this is totally fair. This is open. Everyone can see what's going on. So this is the basic idea of how blockchain works, but you've got variations of this. You've got many, many variations of this.